Hey everybody, Eddie Acevedo here, otherwise known as the Tattooed Realtor, coming to you live from in my backyard or outside of my backyard in Margate, Florida. Before we get started, be sure to give that subscribe button a click. We just hit over 100 subscribers, which is an amazing accomplishment, and it's because of you amazing people watching my videos and asking questions, engaging, that we're continuing to grow, and that I'm gonna keep making these videos regardless, but it just gives me that much more fire to keep making them. So be sure to give that subscribe button a click, and of course, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to email them to me or text message them to me or leave a comment or call me directly. I answer questions from realtors and homeowners and home buyers on a weekly basis, so I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. So let's get straight into it. This video is for what to do at a listing appointment, okay? And it's more of thematic as opposed to like, well, you do this step 1, you do step 2, you do step 3. These are things, three points that I wish I would have known going into my first listing appointment years and years ago that nobody really told me, and I had to kind of figure it out on my own as I went. So 3 specific tools that you should use as you go into a listing appointment. Okay, so the first one, very first one, regardless of the type of listing it is, it could be a $1,000 condo you're going to go for a rental listing, or it could be a $11,000 or $11 million estate that you're going to have the privilege of selling. Number 1 is be yourself. What I mean is, when I went into real estate before, it took me years to just begin to be myself and to realize that people really want authenticity. I've seen so many times realtors wear a certain type of shirt, or they wear a certain type of pants, or they wear they have a certain type of card or a certain name badge or a certain style. I say, be yourself. Authenticity will work 150% of the time. When I've done listing appointments and I was just myself, you can still be professional, but you can let your attributes shine through. When I go on a listing appointment, I wear short sleeves, or if I wear long sleeves, they're usually rolled up because it's 1,000,000 degrees in South Florida, because I know that they're buying they're buying into the idea of Eddie, as Eddie helping them meet their real estate goals, whether or not it's leasing the property, selling the property, buying the property. So number 1, be yourself. It's okay to crack a joke. It's okay to, let's say you have a thick accent, be yourself. If you like wearing a certain color or a certain style, be yourself, okay? So step number 1, be yourself, all right? You got that? Okay. So step number 2 is keep it short. Okay, the theme of step number 2, keep it short. I've seen listing presentations, I have given them myself, that they were too long. You walk out and you're like, my gosh, that took way too long. You see that the you see that the seller or the owner is staring at you with blank eyes, just like, because it was too freaking long. You got to keep your listing presentation short. Now, when you keep it short, keep it precise in terms of focusing on key components. What I do, Eddie, and I'll make another video later on about the specific listing, kind of how I do listing appointments and why I think they work. I have proof in the pudding, they do work, but keep it short. So what you should focus on, just a thought, is first thing is just ask questions to the home buyer, or the home seller, the owner. Ask questions. What are you looking for in your next home? And this could actually be for buyers as well, but this is about listing appointments. So what are you looking for in the sale of your home? What are you trying to achieve? Understand what they're trying to do, because in reality, it doesn't matter what you and I want to do. It matters what they want to do. If they're looking maybe to downsize, hey Eddie, I'm looking to downsize because my kids are out of the house. Now we have an objective. Hey Eddie, I'm looking to move out of state because of, once again, I'm just by myself here. Another point to focus on, okay? If you start asking these questions, well, why are you looking to sell your home? What's the time frame look like? Do you have a game plan after? Ask questions and actively and proactively listen to their responses and write it down. It helps you understand, to meet their goals and their dreams, because like I said, in the end, it doesn't matter what you and I want. It matters what they want, how we can help our customers meet and achieve and surpass their real estate goals, okay? And you got to keep that short. So first, ask questions. Next thing that I would go into, is I would go into about the home itself, do your homework, we're gonna talk about that in a minute, do your homework on the property, know what the property's about, room count, square footage, when they purchased it, you know, do your homework. I'll say that on a property, and there's so many tools. I did a video on RPR is a great tool, the Realtor Property Resource website, that's a great tool. Remind has a great CMA, which is a cost market analysis. You know, that's a great tool. You could use the MLS itself, you could use county records. Do your homework on the property. So ask questions, do your homework, and the last portion is also marketing. Got to have a marketing strategy and plan in place. And I recommend that you get that marketing strategy and plan in place to them before you even get there. What do I mean? 9 times out of 10, it happens to me. I'll give you the latest example. Happens to me. I get a phone call or a Facebook message or a text message. Hey Eddie, I saw you or my friend knows you from I would really like you to come by and look at my home. My family and I are thinking about selling. Wonderful, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I'd be more than happy to do that. Set up a time and a date. During that time period, what I do is I gather up, I have a marketing packet that I use, that I show that I use HD photography, I use drone, I use video production, I use Facebook ads, Instagram ads, stuff with Google, YouTube. I create a little package, couple pages, and I send it to them before I even get there, okay? You can send it by mail or FedEx, or heck, if you're in the area, let's say you're going on an appointment in the area, but you don't have that listing appointment until a couple days down the road, which happens. Physically drop it off, knock on the door. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I know we have an appointment set for, you know, Wednesday at 4 o'clock, and I know today's Monday, but I just like to drop off my marketing material before so that you and your family have time to review it, so that when we come and meet together, if you have any questions, you can ask. That's why I feel it's so important to keep it short and sweet and simple, because you're sending it before you even get there. Okay, you could also even put in the RPR reports about home values. They could look that over as well. So the first one's be yourself. Second one is keep it simple, and the third one is do your homework. Okay, what I mean by do your homework is you need to make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into, meaning you understand the type of home it is, you understand the neighborhood, you understand the demographics, you understand what properties have sold for recently, you understand how long they've owned it for, you understand what it could potentially sell for. You have your marketing packet memorized, if you will. You got to come prepared. Yes, it's important to, you know, be creative in what you're trying to achieve, but you have to be prepared, because if you're not prepared, you're gonna kind of show up like half-heartedly. Even if you are yourself and you have your points, you know, keeping it short, but you're not prepared, that could come and bite you in the butt, and that's not a good thing. So anyways, these are my 3 points to keep in mind when you are doing your listing presentation or going into doing your listing presentation for a home you're going to either help sell or rent, or some people do presentations as well for buyers. Be yourself, keep it simple, and be prepared. So anyways, another video from me, Eddie Acevedo, the Tattooed Realtor, located here in Margate, Florida. If I can ever help, feel free to call, text, or email. My information is always in the description, whether or not you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook. I'd be more than happy to help any way I possibly can. If you're a realtor looking for some guidance, I do mentorships throughout the country, as well as if you're a home buyer or a home seller or someone looking to lease in Broward or Palm Beach County, proudly serving our community for about 8 years or over 8 years now. Be more than happy to talk to you anyway and help any way I can. So once again, I thank you guys. Give that subscribe button a click, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Have an amazing rest of the Sunday. All right, I'll talk to you later.